Welcome to the video. Before we begin, if not already, please take a moment to subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot. And click the bell icon to receive notifications when I upload. Comment your little heart out. And most of all, please enjoy. Now back to the video. Some of my favorite arcade games of all times were those shooters, the ones with the little plastic guns. Titles like Time Crisis, Lethal Enforcers let you be the star of your own action movie. If shooting people got boring or, ethical, aliens, terminators, and monsters offered alternative targets without the digital guilt of murdering digital people. Usually the stories are threadbare. Just enough to string together a narrative justifying having to gun down repeating waves of targets. Story comes second. Sometimes the result is surprisingly good. Sometimes the result is not. Kinda sounds like I'm building up to an ironic revelation, huh? Turning a video game into a movie with a bad story, poor direction, cheesy acting, and a ridiculous plot? 2 words. Uwe Boll. You know, that director who likes to box his critics? This is House of the Dead.
It was a nightmare. So many dead people.
It's one of those. Alright, we start with a flashback. All it's missing is the record scratch. You probably wonder how I wound up in this situation.
Something terrible will happen.
From there, the acid drops. Just enjoy it. Ooh, colors. Oh, the music ain't half bad. Kinda reminds me of Prodigy. Wait, is this game footage? Well, don't worry, we actually have human actors.
Greg and Simon.
What's with the Blade Runner narration? Simon, Greg, Alicia, Karma, and Cynthia. Our heroes. For a quarter, you get 5 lives. They're here to get to a destination rave on some island, but they missed the boat. This better be a banger of a rave. The game this was based on was made by Sega. And I thought Blizzard was the party game company. You know what makes a great rave? Broad daylight. Our tardy partiers try to commission a boat. Any boat.
What you doing over there?
Salish, the first mate, is played by, ladies and gentlemen, Hollywood legend Clint Howard. He's this boat's Gilligan, and he's not offering any 3-hour tours.
Why don't you try the Yellow Pages?
But the skipper is more accommodating, especially since he's surge charging.
How much?
But this island has a rep,
You crazy? They crazy.
so it's no way Jose.
You know what they call this island? Isla del Muerte.
That's Spanish for death.
I said forget it.
But nothing talks more than money than more money.
Fuck it, $1,000.
We'll throw in some Tranya. Deal. Oh, and the captain of this boat is named Kirk, played by Jürgen Prochnow.
Captain Kirk?
If I mispronounce his name, I apologize, but feel free to let me know in the comments anyway, because every interaction is good for the algorithm. That's a little-known secret that content creators pull to draw engagement. Click, click, click.
Captain Kirk? Does it make him Mr. Spock?
He's heard them all, a little too much. Joke's on you, I'm on Team Picard anyway. Before they leave, the cops try to board the boat for an inspection/shakedown. This will delay them further, and they're running out of X as we speak. More money, and the captain goes to warp. This is Casper, and she's got beef with Kirk. I said stop, or I'll continue to shout orders at you. She's mad because I f***ed her. Someone took the Sprite Banana Challenge. Do I get you wet, baby? Salish starts handing out IUDs.
It's okay, I'm on the pill.
Shut up and cram it up there. Meanwhile, a couple of ravers tear themselves away to provide some tasteful boob. The water's too cold and I'm having enough trouble impressing you.
Oh my god.
Pardon us while we parody Jaws in every way imaginable. Naked girl swimming, check. Passed out drunk boyfriend, check. Camera shots from below, check. But they couldn't even get this right and she survives. Her boyfriend, however, not so lucky.
Come on, Matt, don't play games.
Matt, I'm lost! Where are you?
What is that?
That's a house. Well, the education system fails yet again. Could this be the titular House of the Dead? It's actually a church, but it's a house for the Lord, so still counts. The sensible thing to do is not go inside, but she finds Matt.
Matt?
Hey babe, you missed all the nudity. Damn it, thing! Oh, we've seen this meme. Game footage in the credits is one thing. Using it as transitions is either stupid or brilliant. Does this rave work on banking hours or what? Another couple gets attacked while the guy searches for his pacifier. Well, they finally make it to the island. I hope he didn't blow the coke budget on this boat charter. I'm gonna see if I can find a chick into U-boat commanders. Found out where the porta potties empty into. Those crusty sailors used this time to hide away their contraband. See, the cops were onto something.
Seems like a storm's coming up.
Just as I thought, my finger is dirty.
You hear something, Captain?
Sounded like someone inserting a quarter. They get to the rave, finding it trashed and deserted. Excellent. No crowds and they have plenty of beer. It's an introvert's dream.
Cheers. Chin chin. Salud. L'chaim.
Houston, we have a drinking problem. The lack of other guests and, music doesn't seem to bother anyone. But our shifty sailors are still dumping contraband and being stalked what I think are velociraptors. Get a tant, which they do for some weird courtship. Is this how Uwe Boll thinks humans do it?
Gosh, I just gotta go and take a piss is all.
I'm up. Little buddy, where are you? You know I don't like smoking alone. While Greg drains the old weasel, Cynthia's left behind. Curse my empty bladder. Alicia, Karma, and Simon find that house from earlier and decide to poke around, hoping to find more partiers. Horror movies might be a lot shorter if people would just respect property lines.
Hello?
Hi, I'm Stitchface. Give me some candy. They do find some other partiers, and boy, do they have a story, which they relay through found footage.
You may not want to believe it, but those are reanimated corpses, just like out of a fucking Romero movie.
You don't want to reference a better movie in your shit movie because that makes us want to watch that better movie instead. And the captain is still waiting for the THC to kick in. It takes a couple hours, actually. Everyone decides to leave, but they have to pick up the friends they left behind at the rave. No raver left behind.
Hey, you guys, what is that?
It's a porta potty on its side. Haven't you ever seen Jackass? Steve-O, is that you? They find Greg. There's blue water everywhere.
Where's Sin? I don't know, bro. You tell me.
Greg? Cindy? This is the second movie I've seen in a month where characters are named after the Brady Bunch. Cindy turns out to be a zombie. Or she's on meth. Oh no! That guy. Casper the Friendly Harbor Patrol doesn't screw around. Kirk doesn't seem so bothered by the zombies. And he seems to have lots of quarters. Look at me, too cool to hold a gun properly. Quick, detour through the bog of eternal stench. They're attacked by zombies and cheap lumber. They should add this to the Universal Studios tour. Nobody dies, but one guy finally gets nailed. When they get to the boat, it's overrun by zombies. Simon foolishly jumps into the water, not knowing zombies can swim. Kirk is alive, but still delicious. These zombies can fight, swim, use weapons, and extremely rude. Is it bad? No, it's fine. Greg and Casper go searching for help. And exposition time.
Best I reckon the story goes.
It's the 15th century. See, it's black and white, so you know it's in the past. A priest named Sermano was kicked out of Spain because they didn't like the things he did. Some things never change, huh? While being transported to, Florida, he murdered the crew and enslaved this island's natives. Then he discovered the secret of immortality and resurrecting the dead. He may have been Catholic, but he wasn't afraid of taking a few shortcuts. Legend says he's still alive-ish and making a zombie army to worship him, like the Kardashians.
Run!
Quick, put in another quarter. The gang decides to make for the house for safety. Casper returns a little light. Sorry, I got your friend killed. Can we move on, please? Remember Kirk's contraband? It's a box full of guns. Here, college kids who've never had a firearm, have a shotgun. Oh, wait, American. Of course they can use a gun. I didn't edit that in. This movie is still doing that. With more zombies in the way. Prepare to go in shooting. Insert coin. This leads to one of the strangest gun battles I've ever seen in a movie. There's this weird 360 camera move trying to be the Matrix, unnecessary slow-mo, and this guy looks like he's just over it. The sequence is at least gory and pays off the zombie angle, but the editing is just so bad. This girl goes from handguns to a shotgun. Dude. Blowing up the well because fuck water, that's why. Is this supposed to be a boss battle? Nope. Ducking would seem to be the logical move here, but I'm gonna jump for no reason. Let's waste a wire rig shot. Still better than Wonder Woman 84. Jeez, enough with the spinning camera. It's idiotic. And I'm getting nauseous. Getting tired there, buddy? Yeah, we all are. Liberty, you know, the one dressed as Evel Knievel's porn parody, she's overwhelmed by zombies. Do something, fool! Rather than jump in to save her, Rudy flashes back to a recap of the, no lie, last 8 minutes. Really, what was the point of that? Remembering all the good times? They finally get inside the house. Casper gets turned into a ghost. Should've let me die in Nam, Forrest. I don't want to die without knowing the touch of a woman. You might want to put some Bactine on that.
Are we even gonna get out of here?
Who's gonna be able to look me in the eyes with a face like this?
Let's be honest. Nobody was looking at you before. You can't have pity sex without sex. Wow, chicks do dig scars. Just try not to poke your tongue out the side. The rave didn't seem to be a total waste, did it? They find the old ship's log. Maybe they can find some neat game lore.
It looks pretty old. Maybe it'll help us.
Like cheat codes? Nothing better to do. How about a house tour? Locked door? There might be booze in there! Looks like the zombie factory floor.
It's blood.
These kids are killing machines, genetic experts. These are some well-rounded ravers here. While waiting to die, Kirk hears his ex-first mate whistling outside. Uh-oh, that means he's feeling randy. Ah, forgot my leg was shattered. You want some zombie fish sticks? Youth is wasted on the young! He's gonna die anyway, so Kirk blows himself up and accidentally clobbers the house as well. The explosion lets in even more zombies, so they barricade in the lab.
What is this?
Coming out!
Shooting an aquarium full of goo spills it everywhere and it brings the dead back to life. I only got that impression because someone said so.
Oh my god, it's the blood! Ah, bring them back to life!
I guess they recorded that in post because nobody got a shot. Don't you have guns?
Simon! Let's go!
Simon is just too ugly to live, so he volunteers to sacrifice himself so the others can escape underground. I could have been a model. Simon says, blow up.
Let's go.
Remember, this is a video game. It's kind of clever if you think about it. It's stupid, but every game zombie that gets shot is one less real-life squib to pay for.
I'm out.
Player 2.
I'll take care of these guys.
Yep, she took care of them. A mysterious swordsman saves them. Oh, it's Greg. That ain't Greg. It's Priest Sermano with a Greg mask.
You created it all so you could be immortal. Why?
So I could be immortal, duh.
I've been waiting for you.
I've been following you on Instagram. Getting away is shockingly easy. Thank you for coming. Please take a complimentary grenade on the way out. Who does Uwe Boll think he is? Michael Bay? It's tough to kill an immortal as one would expect. Enough with the spinning camera thing. That's it. That's costing you a B. Are we seriously ending this with fisticuffs? I should mention that earlier it was offhandedly mentioned that she's into fencing, so these sword fighting skills don't seem to come out of nowhere. The problem is, I don't think this is fencing. Oh, right between the implants. Oh, Highlander rules. Well, not quite. Help! He's trying to make me please him! Alicia gives his still-functioning head the mother of all curb stomps.
Game over, fucker.
If you want to see that uncensored, sign up on Patreon. If only there was some magic formula that would help. The men in black sure took their sweet time.
Who are you? We're here to rescue you. Oh. What's your name? Rudolph? Curian.
They threw that name in purely to tie into the video game, but they cut away so quick it's like they were embarrassed by it.
Goodbye, Curian.
The end narration, really, tells us that Rudy gave Alicia some of that immortality juice, so she might be okay. But she might be a monster. We just don't know. I don't know where he got the stuff. I thought it blew up. That was House of the Dead. This movie is hilarious for all the wrong reasons. The characters are cardboard cutouts, video game avatars. Sermano is as basic a villain as they come. He's not visually interesting. He's not really that unique. I thought he was going to be a mini-boss, not the big bad, and hilariously easy to foil. He's immortal, surrounded by zombies in a shithole. Yep, living the dream. Unlike the game, the zombies only really come in one flavor, the standard humanoid zombie. The game had all sorts of weird enemies to shoot and different locations. Obviously, German tax incentives only go so far. Characters get a nifty send-off when they get killed, like a video game character, because that's how they're treated. The problem is, this isn't a video game, and the characters need more depth than this. I honestly lost track of who the lead was and who I wanted to see survive. I was sad Clint Howard died, though. I thought he deserved better. I don't know if it was my copy, but it's one of those movies where they have the dialogue really quiet, and then everything else will just blow your damn eardrums out. Before we get to the actual action of the movie, Mr. Boll relies way too much on quick edits and audio stings to jolt the audience awake. Jump scares, which don't pay off. The editing is full of energy, but it's also all over the place. The quieter scenes are somewhat competent, with that made-for-TV sci-fi channel look. The action scenes, however, try too hard to be stylish and edgy, and that spinning camera is absolutely pointless. You can have tributes to the source material, fine. But when you constantly remind the audience of the video game origins, they start to forget they're actually watching a movie. It's a video game you don't even get to play. The acting is typical for an Uwe Boll movie. Some of the actors seem fully aware of this. Some look downright bored. You'd think shooting zombies would be a little more exciting. Clint Howard is campy, but still fun to watch. Most performances are just subdued or plain bad. The story is loaded with cliches, but some interesting ideas, but none of the characters are interesting enough to make me care. They save the action for the third act, and they cram it all into an overlong sequence, followed by several more unremarkable scenes. This went on way too long, and it got too repetitive. The editing is horrendous. It's too frenetic, and it becomes dull somehow. Endless shots of gunfire, zombies exploding, rinse, repeat, and the circular camera, going back to that. House of the Dead is 1B. It was so bad at times, I needed to pause, stop the movie, and take a breath. It felt like the constant reminders of the game source was an apology. It's like telling the audience, your children wrote the movie, so go easy on us. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, the bell, you know the usual YouTube stuff. This is theNewBee, and I'll see you later, kids. Toodles! Okay, let's go, round 2.